7 Stages of Acting Ability of Jackie Chan. What if I told you that the world's greatest action star almost never became an actor? What if I told you this man broke his nose, fractured his skull, shattered his ankle, dislocated his pelvis, and showed up to set the very next day? Hollywood has given us Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and Tom Cruise, but none of them, not a single one, did what this man did. He did not just act in movies, he bled for them. He built an entirely new genre with his bare hands and broken bones. His name is Jackie Chan, and this is his journey, 7 stages that turned a forgotten stuntman into a living legend. Stage 1, The Forgotten Child. The story begins not on a film set, but inside the walls of the China Drama Academy in Hong Kong, one of the strictest performing arts schools in the world. Jackie Chan, born Chan Kong Sang on April 7, 1954, was sent there at just 7 years old by parents so poor they had borrowed money to pay the doctor at his birth. At the academy, there were no holidays, no comfort, and absolutely no mercy. Students trained from 5 a.m. to midnight. Martial arts, acrobatics, singing, and mime. If you made a mistake, you were beaten. If you cried, you trained harder. For 10 straight years, Jackie lived inside that system. By the time he graduated, his body could do things most humans cannot even imagine, but the world had no idea he existed. Stage 2, The Invisible Stuntman. At 17, Jackie entered the Hong Kong film industry, not as a star, but as a stuntman. The guy who gets punched, the guy who falls off buildings, the guy the camera forgets the moment the scene ends. But here is what most people do not know. In 1972, that invisible stuntman appeared on the sets of Bruce Lee's Fist of Fury and Enter the Dragon. He was in the same frame as the greatest martial arts icon in history, and nobody noticed him. Then, in 1973, Bruce Lee died suddenly at 32. The entire Hong Kong film industry collapsed into panic. Studios desperately needed a replacement. Producer Lo Wei pointed at Jackie Chan and said, "You are the next Bruce Lee." The films bombed badly, because you cannot replace a legend by copying one. Jackie was trying to be someone else, and audiences could feel it. This stage nearly ended his career before it began. Stage 3, The Invention. 1978 changed everything. Jackie Chan discovered the silent films of Buster Keaton, an actor from the 1920s who combined physical comedy with genuinely dangerous stunts. Something clicked. Jackie thought, what if martial arts fights could make people laugh and gasp at the same time? What if the hero could be clumsy, relatable, and human, instead of cold and untouchable like Bruce Lee? Snake in the Eagle's Shadow released in 1978 and became a massive hit. Then, Drunken Master released the same year and broke box office records across Asia. Jackie Chan had not just made successful films, he had invented an entirely new genre, kung fu comedy. He gave Hong Kong cinema its own identity. This was the moment the world got its first real look at Jackie Chan, not a copy of someone else, but an original. Stage 4, The Daredevil. By the early 1980s, Jackie Chan was no longer satisfied with just fighting. He wanted audiences to feel their hearts stop. Project A in 1983 featured a clock tower fall inspired directly by Buster Keaton. Jackie dropped from a 2-story clock face onto the ground below. They shot it 3 times. No safety net. Then came Police Story in 1985. Widely considered one of the greatest action films ever made. In the climax, Jackie slid down a pole wrapped in exploding light bulbs inside a shopping mall. He burned his hands. He dislocated his pelvis. He shattered glass on impact. Director Stanley Tong kept the shot. Then, Armor of God happened in 1986. A routine jump from a tree went wrong. Jackie fractured his skull. A piece of bone entered his brain. He had emergency surgery in a foreign country. And the moment he recovered, he went back to filming. But Jackie Chan holds the Guinness World Record for most stunts performed by a living actor. That record exists because of this stage. Stage 5, The Rejection and the Comeback. Here is the part of Jackie Chan's story that most people skip. Hollywood tried to make him a star in the early 1980s, and it humiliated him. The Big Brawl in 1980 flopped. The Protector in 1985 flopped harder. Hollywood stripped away his comedy, his choreography, his creative control, everything that made him Jackie Chan. They wanted a generic action machine. He refused to become one. So he walked away, returned to Hong Kong, and built the most successful run of his career. Police Story sequels, Armor of God sequels, Drunken Master 2. Then, in 1995, Rumble in the Bronx released worldwide. US and American audiences finally witnessed what Asia had known for 2 decades. In 1998, Rush Hour opened in Hollywood and earned $130 million in the United States alone. Jackie Chan did not beg Hollywood for a second chance. He made himself so undeniable that Hollywood came back to him. Stage 6. The dramatic actor. Most action stars age out. Their bodies slow down, their box office numbers drop, and audiences move on. Jackie Chan refused that ending. In 2009, he starred in Shinjuku Incident, a dark, serious crime drama where he played an illegal immigrant trapped in the Japanese underworld. No comedy, no superhuman stunts, just pure, raw performance. Critics were stunned. Then came The Karate Kid in 2010 alongside Jaden Smith, where Jackie played Mr. Han, a quietly grieving kung fu master carrying deep personal loss. 8 audiences cried. In 2017, The Foreigner cast him opposite Pierce Brosnan as a father hunting down the terrorists who killed his daughter. The performance was devastating. After 40 years of making people laugh and gasp, Jackie Chan made them feel something entirely different. And he did it effortlessly. That is not an action star. That is an actor. Stage 7. The Immortal Legacy. In 2016, Jackie Chan walked onto the stage of the Academy Awards and received an honorary Oscar, the first Chinese actor in Hollywood history to earn this honor. He had been making films for over 50 years at that point. He stood there and cried. Not tears of relief. Tears of a man who had trained since age 7, broken almost every bone in his body, been rejected by Hollywood, buried by critics, and still never stopped. He has appeared in over 150 films. Here he has performed stunts that professional stunt coordinators refused to attempt. He inspired an entire generation of filmmakers across Asia, Hollywood, and beyond. Rotten Tomatoes, the website that now defines whether a movie succeeds or fails, was literally created by a Jackie Chan fan who wanted to track his reviews. The ripple effect of one man's dedication touches things we do not even realize. 7 stages. One man. From a forgotten child in a brutal drama school to a Guinness World Record holder with an honorary Oscar. Jackie Chan did not climb the ladder of success. He built the ladder himself, rung by broken rung. Hollywood has given us superheroes with CGI capes. Jackie Chan gave us a real human being who refused to stop. And that is why, 50 years later, the whole world still knows his name. If this story moved you, so hit subscribe, because we are just getting started covering the legends that cinema will never forget.